Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Davis from the Board of Education here to read to you. I am so sorry I'm not there to be in your classroom, but hopefully this story will be just as fun. My favorite stories are always from Disney, so I have a Disney storybook, and I'm going to read to you The Bug's Life. It's Flik's Fight for Freedom. Here we go. Flik was headed for the big city. He had promised the ant colony that he would find some big bugs to help them fight Hopper and his gang of grasshoppers. Every year, the grasshoppers forced the ants to gather food for them, but this year, just before the grasshoppers arrived, Flik had knocked over the offering stone, and all the grain had been lost. It's a big boo-boo, huh? Now, the grasshoppers were demanding double their usual order. Determined to stop the bullies, Flik hiked to the edge of Ant Island. Then, hanging on to a dandelion puff, he flew across the canyon of dried-up riverbed. Most of the ants thought they had seen the last of Flik. According to Princess Ada, whom Flik was most wanted to impress. But Ada's little sister, Dot, waved as Flik sailed away. It's like, bye, Flik. She thought he was special. Flik reached the other side of the canyon and marched into the city. Bugs of all shapes and sizes crawled and flew around him. Flik knew he had come to the right place. He was sure to find some warrior bugs there. At a bug bar inside an old paint can, Flik noticed some rough-looking flies. He moved closer for a better look and saw a ladybug challenging them and using one of his friends, a walking stick, as a sword. Was there going to be a fight? Flik got pushed aside by another onlooker and couldn't see. Suddenly, the ladybug and his friends ran up the wall of the paint can. The whole bug bar rolled and crashed. The next thing Flik knew, the ladybug and his friends were standing on top of the flies. Along with Francis, the ladybug, and Slime, the walking stick, there was Rosie the spider, Dim the beetle, the pill bugs, Tuck and Roll, Manny, the praying mantis, Heimlich, the caterpillar, and a moth named Gypsy. Together they made quite a group. Wow, you're perfect, cried Flik. I've been scouting for bugs with your exact talents. He couldn't believe his luck. In no time at all, the warriors had agreed to come back with him to Ant Island. Boy, would Princess Ada be surprised. But when Flik arrived with his strange crew, Princess Ada was nervous. Would they be able to fight Hopper? She was right to be nervous. As soon as Rosie found out that Flik thought they were warriors, she told him the truth. The city bugs were circus performers. Oh no, thought Flik. If the other ants found out, they would never forgive him. Desperately, Flik begged the circus bugs to stay. Please, please don't go. Suddenly, a big bird's head peeked over the rocks. Terrified, the bugs scattered in different directions. No one noticed little Princess Dot in the sky above, clinging to a dandelion puff. She had been following Flik and was copying his flying trick. Squawk! The bird flew over after Dot. She screamed, but Francis was on his way. He flew to Dot and saved her, catching the little ant in his arms. Then they both tumbled into the crack of the riverbed. Peck, peck, the bird tried to pull them out with her beak and knocked some stones into the crack. One of them broke Francis's leg. Ugh. Another one knocked him out. Flik had to do something. While Heimlich and Slim distracted the bird, Flik and the other circus bugs flew to the rescue. Using Rosie's spider web, they carried Dot and Francis to safety. "Hooray!" cried the ants. Even Princess Autumn trusted Flik after seeing the bravery of the city bugs. She helped organize the colony to work on Flik's big plan, to make a fake bird to scare Hopper away. The ants worked long and hard, putting all their efforts into building the bird out of sticks and colorful leaves. When the project was finished, everyone celebrated. They all believed that Flik's plan could work. Whirr! Suddenly, frightened sound of the approaching grasshoppers filled the air. When Hopper saw that there was no food waiting for them, he landed and angrily grabbed the queen. "Not one ant sleeps until we get every scrap of food in the island," he cried Hopper. Only Flik could save them now. Climbing inside the fake bird, Flik swooped down upon the bullies. Below, the circus bugs created fake blood from berry juice. They pretended that Bird had hurt him. Good plan, huh? It was working. The grasshoppers began to run away. Even Hopper was frightened until the bird caught fire and Flik had to make an emergency landing. Now Hopper knew that it wasn't a real bird. "You are mindless, soil-shoving losers, put on this earth to serve us," Hopper yelled at the ants. "No," said Flik. "Ants don't serve grasshoppers. It is you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say, and you know it, don't you?" Angrily, Hopper knocked Flik to the ground, but the brave ants stood up again. Hopper and the grasshoppers looked around. Hundreds of angry ants glared back at them. They realized that they were outnumbered. Suddenly, the entire colony rushed at the grasshoppers. Hopper grabbed Flik and flew away. "Flik!" cried Princess Ada. Giant raindrops began to fall. Quickly, Ada flew to help her friend, dodging the raindrops. At last, Ada caught up with and grabbed Flik. Hopper chased them with fury, and Flik and Ada led him straight to the bird's nest. "Another of your bird's tricks?" Hopper asked. He didn't know it was a real bird this time. With one last look of surprise, Hopper realized that the ants had led him to his doom. Now the colony was free. By banding together, they had chased the grasshoppers away. All of the ants agreed that Flik was a big hero. Hope you enjoyed the story. I'm sorry we're not there with you. Please listen to your teachers. Finish strong this month. Have a great summer, and we'll see you guys in the fall. Bye.